Hi there. Welcome to Financial Fire TV, a set for on-screen financial empowerment. Hey everyone, I am Cheryl D. Marks, financial coach, and I help position individuals for financial power. Here on Financial Fire TV, recently we've been talking a lot about scammers. Yes, we've been talking about scammers, and we do understand that scamming is a lucrative business. We do understand that scamming is something that's not going away anytime soon. Why? Because technology is steadily advancing. And because we live in a world of technology and where things are constantly advancing, that means that there is more means, there's more activities for scammers to get involved in the things that we're so sacredly trying to keep the doors on. But whatever you do when it comes to scamming, I do not want you to take on the mindset, as a lot of people say, it's nothing we can do about it. Because when you take on that mindset, what you're saying is that we're hopeless and God, there's nothing you or we can do about it. And that is never the case. With God, all things are possible. We just have to be mindful and make sure that we are keeping God into the equation. Make sure that you're praying over your bank accounts, institution. Make sure you're praying over your social media accounts, whatever hackers can use, scammers can use. Pray over those things and get involved in those things. And also, while we're doing spiritual things, we want to make sure that we're doing natural things as well. So we have done some teachings on scammings, and please go back and listen to those episodes. It about scamming, the different types of scammers and how they do things. And today we're going to talk about one more that I think is very important, simply because we have a lot of kids that are getting ready to go back to school, back to college. So to all of your parents where you have kids, especially going back to school, I want to say congratulations to you. And today we're going to gear this towards those that is going back to college, whether it's your first time attending college, a second time attending college, regardless. Parents, I want to say hats off to you. Thank you for doing such a great job. But I wish I can tell you that it was over, but it is not. So if you have a student that is going to school, we want to share some things with you. And today we want to talk about back to campus college scams to be very mindful of. And as you listen to this, please make sure that your student listen to it. You all sit down and listen to it together, because I'm a firm believer that I truly believe that our family is our business. Not that we have to be in their business, but our family is our business. And there are some things that you still need to stay involved with when it comes to your youth. Be reminded, parents, it's very important that we be more professional than ever before. We be business minded like ever before. The things that we have learned from our experiences, these are the things that we're going to have to continue to share and teach and educate our kids on. Now, it may seem as though they're not listening to you, but trust me, I have 4 kids of my own. And it may have been some things that I taught them or said coming up along the way, because the word did say, train a child up in the way they should go. And when they get older, they will not stray away from it. So that means there are some things, and it seemed as though maybe they wasn't listening, but trust me, they was listening. And I can stand here today and I give God all the glory to be able to say that I have 4 business-minded kids. Now, there may be some things they don't get everything right, but when it comes to business, I can assure you they are going to handle their business. So today I want to share these things with you, back to campus scams to be very mindful of. And the number one thing is scholarship and financial aid scams. Scholarship and financial aid scams. Now, when it comes to financial aid scams and scholarship, we know that equals to money. Remember, I always tell you, every man is drawn away by his or her own lust. Whatever the appetite is in us, we're going to be drawn to that. Whatever the desire is or whatever the need is, we're going to be drawn to that. So one of the number one things that scammers are doing, they are reaching out to the youth. Keep in mind the key things, they are reaching out to them. In our previous conversation, we talked about scamming. Remember, we say one of the number one ways that scammers get involved in our lives, they reach out to us. And so once they reach out to us, if we accept that call, you're totally responsible now because you are on the line. But here's what they're doing. They're reaching out to our youth simply because they understand our youth is at an age where they have put in a lot of information, especially if they're going to college. So they have put in information looking for scholarships, looking for grants, looking for funding. And so they reach out to them, whether they did or didn't reach out to this particular organization, and they start a conversation as if we have a scholarship for you or we have financial aid for you. But here's the kicker. In order for you to get these particular funds, we need your financial institution information. So keep in mind, remember, every man is drawn away by his own lust, appetite, or desires. Look at what they just did up front. They gave the appetite, the desires, the need. We have funding for you. But what we need is your financial institution information. So they presented that need, that hunger, that desire up front. Give us this, and we will give you this right here. And a lot of times it seems very innocent because, maybe your student, maybe you have put in at some particular organization looking for grants, looking for a scholarship, and they have you to think that, okay, maybe you didn't qualify at the time, but now all of a sudden you qualify, or you have put in for so many scholarships or so many offers to get grants or fundings or whatever. Maybe you have forgotten. And then because, again, that need is there, that hunger, that appetite is there. And on the other side is what you really need. It's the money. So you let your guards down and you say, oh, maybe I did do that. But we want to stay clear of those things. So let's look at something else. So the information I said may seem harmless up front, but after all, someone is trying to give the student money. But please, again, beware, because this is a common scam to get victims' personal or financial information. Also keep in mind, because our students is going off to school and they're going to be looking for places to stay. And, it requires more information, utilities, those who are staying off campus, it requires more information. And so there are so many things that they're trying to get from them. But at the end of the day, all they want is those fresh numbers, those fresh socials. They want that information. Sometimes they use it right away, but chances are most of the time they just store that particular information away to use for a later time. But they got a fresh name, they got a fresh social. And so they store it away, collect more data so they can use it at a later time. But we're going to be very mindful and have those conversations with your children that nothing is free. Have those conversations with your children. Please keep me involved. And if not you, keep someone involved whom they trust. Also, I'm going to give you some information. And I want to remind the kids that once you go to school, take advantage of the resources that's there. Take advantage of the counselors that's there. Take advantage of the information that is constantly being put out at your school on the billboards or whatever, the bulletin boards. Take advantage of that particular information. The chances are that source is more reliable than the sources that is online, the sources that could come to your email, the sources that can come even on your phone, because they are trying to get right where you're at to get this particular information to you. So to sum things up for today, back to campus college scams to be mindful of. So according to the National Credit Union Administration, scholarship and financial aid scams may involve, number one, as I just said, scammers calling to award a non-existent scholarship. Number two, fraudulent scholarship websites that are set up to collect emails or other details for future scams. So you want to stay away from fraudulent scholarship website. You want to stay from all of these websites online that looks very advertising. And I'm going to show you in step number 3 where you can go for that reliable source so you do not have to click on every fraudulent email or every fraudulent website out there that wants to offer you financial help. And number 3, financial aid services. You want to make sure that you stay away from that. Financial aid services, these are the ones that can charge anywhere, and they're charging up to $1,000 up front, but they're telling you they can get you thousands of dollars on the backside. So anytime you have to pay money to get a scholarship or pay money to get funding, that's an alert right there to let you know that something is wrong with that. So to better protect yourself from the things that I just shared with you here on today, I'm going to ask that you be very intentional. Parents, youth, remember, our family is our business. So let's us be intentional about visiting the Federal Student Aid website provided by the Office of the United States Department of Education. I'm going to say this again. If you must visit a website, please make sure that you're using the Federal Student Aid website provided by the Office of the United States Department of Education. And there you can get free resources. Also, you can get information for funding or whatever other questions that you may have. You can get that information there, and it's reliable information. So together, people, let's stay safe in everything that we are doing. Again, I believe in talking about these things because why? The more we talk about these things, this could be stuff that you know, but you'll be amazed to find out that when we talk about these anointed tips under the anointing, these are the things that you will become conscious of, awakened to, alive to, and then you will begin to get involved with your personal finances. Listen, parents, as always, if there's anything that I can do for you, I'm going to give you this information right here. If there's anything that I can continue to do for you as it relates to finances, whether it's your personal finances or if you have questions concerning your youth finances, this is a time here where they're going to need their own personal account set up. There's ways you can set up the account. There's ways that you can set up youth accounts for those who are not even in college and set up fundings for them, and they could be generating funds along the way. But whatever question you may have about your personal finances, please reach out to us at Learn at Marks 500 so you can continue to educate yourself on your personal finances. And all of the information is there at cherylmarksedu.com. And also while you're there, please visit all of the other courses and things that we have there at cherylmarksedu.com and take advantage of it. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in to this segment of Financial Fire TV. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from you guys real soon. And congratulations again on your great move as you begin to attend college this year. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.